Salam alaikum, everyone. I want to welcome you to another installment of the Zoom In on the Halal Metropolis project. I'm here today with Imam Mustafa Elturk from the IONA congregation in Warren, Michigan. Thank you so much for joining us today. Imam Elturk, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. Thank you, Sally, for having me. It's been a long time. We didn't talk. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm very fortunate to be able to work from home here, and I'm still getting my income, and alhamdulillah, my health is good, so I feel very blessed.
Alhamdulillah, that's very good.
And you're also doing well. How's your family doing?
My family is doing good. I'm doing all right. I'm more busy now with the COVID-19 here in the mosque than before the COVID-19. But we're doing well. What I mean, we'll talk about that.
Well, so tell me how the mosque is. Why would it make you more busy? Because I know you can't have public events. So why?
Well, it's not the public events. Yes, we're not. We suspended our congregations, including Jum'ah, since since the governor declared that everything should be shut down. That was what almost a couple of months
2 months
ago.
ago, yeah, more than that.
Yeah, it's been that long. Oh my God. But it's not that. It's the need that arises after that. We had to, continue communicating with the community somehow. So we learned how to use Zoom, which we're on right now. So we had to build a studio for ourselves and get cameras and lights and whatever. Plus my lectures. The Jum'ah sermon is live streamed. So I still prepare for that. I have about 3 people in front of me on Jummah, sometimes 5. Basically, those who work in the mosque, the crew, the recording crew, the manager, the outreach. And now in Ramadan, of course, we get typically very, very busy. So I'm doing a nightly program at 7 o'clock, giving lectures on the Quran. Now, in the last 10 nights of Ramadan, we have nightly programs. Aside from the other things that we are doing for the community, for example, the funerals. All right, this is really very strange and bizarre because we're accustomed to bring in, well, right now, particularly those with COVID-19 victims, you can't wash them anymore. So that's a dilemma.
That's got to be so hard. That's got to be so hard.
It is very difficult on us and also on the family.
Yeah.
The family, we cannot congregate like we did before. Typically, in our faith, the more people that join in the janazah, the funeral prayer, the better it is for the deceased because more people are making dua and supplications. And now we're limited to only family members, 10 or 12 people. Were conducting the janazah in the parking lot, and we stand the congregants or those who follow the imam separated 6 feet apart with masks on. It's really very bizarre. Let me tell you,
and I know that the families are coming to you with their deceased loved one, but this is after having the person probably die in a hospital where they were isolated and by themselves. I mean, how stressful would that be to have your elderly parent or your partner, in a hospital and you can't hold their hand, you can't be with them?
Exactly. It's very, very, very stressful. But we have to do what we have to do. I mean, this COVID-19 coronavirus is unlike any other disease we had before. I mean, we had flus before, and we had influenzas, and we had coughs, and we had all these various types of strains of flu, but nothing like this one.
But I mean, so I know that the Muslim community is being affected by this really seriously. We have so many people who work in the medical field. We have so many people who work in law enforcement. That was one of the first communities to be affected here in Michigan. We have so many people who work on the front lines in terms of driving Ubers or, working in food service and stuff like this. So I'm sorry to hear that you've lost members of your congregation. Who are the people that you've lost?
Well, none of my congregation that we lost to COVID-19 that we know of. However, we work with Rahman Funeral Home,
Mhm.
right? So Helen, obviously, she's been having or receiving COVID-19 victims, and we do have a funeral preparation room in
Mhm.
the mosque over here. So
Mhm.
she brings them here, but none of the victims that, or none of the deceased that we perform janazah here from our community died of the COVID-19. So I don't know of any. I know of a couple that did contract it, did get it, but they're doing well now. They're better.
Yeah, I've talked to a lot of healthcare workers in particular who were sick, or one gas station owner. I mean, a lot of people got sick in the beginning from the Arab community or other parts of the Muslim community. That's for certain. And we were just talking earlier about Imam Salim Yusuf, who passed away this last week. So
Allah, Allah bless.
Allah yarhamu, Allah yarhamu. What a good man. What a a true believer, and just a wonderful human being. I really
Yeah,
appreciated and enjoyed him.
I wish we were in better circumstances because there's a man that really deserved the whole entire community to pray funeral prayer on him and follow him to the cemetery and bury him and make dua for him. But you
I, I
know,
I feel like when this is over, and I don't know what that means in terms of when it's over or how it will look when it's over, but I feel like, and I don't know what the Islamic rules are about this stuff, but I feel like there should be like a big funeral, like, or some big commemoration of all the people that we've lost, where people can pray over all these people. You know what I mean? Even if they're months in the ground, I don't
that
know.
yeah, that's not a bad idea, actually. That would be a really good gesture from the community to honor the deceased who, otherwise we would not be able to be there with them.
And to
That
recognize it,
would be that, yeah,
because
recognizing that would be great honor for their families as well.
yeah, and I see these, and obviously I'm not going to the funerals, and sometimes I'm not even enough up on social media to where I can't even attend the service. They're putting everything live on Facebook, but I might not be in the loop, so I don't find out until later. Anyway, yeah, it's rough. I mean, it's rough every week. I'm hearing about people that I knew personally, or people like the imam who I really did appreciate. So well, so what else? Tell me something more positive that's happening. It's Ramadan. I think that more or less people are being good about observing the stay-at-home orders. I mean, I see that there's some hot dog stands in Dearborn that are attracting crowds in the evening. It's not quite Suhoor Fest, but the younger people are struggling a little bit. But I feel that overall, this community has taken this situation very seriously and has respected the stay-at-home order. So how has Ramadan been for you?
Ramadan been really great, of course. Nothing like previous Ramadans where you have the iftar in the masjid where people come and eat together, break fast together. We missed the interfaith iftar. You typically come to those every year. We definitely miss those. But on a good note, you are correct. Our congregants and their families are really taking this very seriously, and I'm glad that they are taking this very seriously because of the nature of this coronavirus, COVID-19 type of flu. So we're happy about that. However, we're trying to do, we're being faced with so many challenges almost every day. Food, how do you distribute food? I know many masajid are allowing people to drive in and pick up their whatever. Well, we do have here our office open from 3 to 6. Anybody can come in. They can knock or ring the bell and take their basket. So we're trying to help the community in that way as much as we can. We have another challenge coming up, which is the Eid. Now, what do you do? This is the Eid. Even Muslims who don't typically pray 5 daily prayers would come for the Eid, and now what do we do? But thank God, MMCC has this program for the Eid on channel 20 from 11 to 12, and I encourage all your viewers, Muslims and non-Muslims alike, to watch that program.
Yeah,
You know,
we've contributed to it. We've got one little story about the Halal Metropolis project, and we've got one. We're sponsoring the Ramadan Lights contest in Dearborn.
cool.
So we're going to announce the winners too. So yeah.
Oh, that's good.
And I don't know if you've heard, there's going to be at the Muslim Center in Detroit, they're going to have like a cruise. They're asking people to decorate their cars and make their cars really festive.
Oh no, I didn't hear about that.
They're gonna drive from the mosque, I think, down to Campus Martius and back. It's a long way to go, but they're definitely gonna have. They're trying to make it festive, and I know it's like I've been talking to a lot of the business people, and like one, like the Bangladeshi stores in Hamtramck, they make so much money during Ramadan, and they're open till 2 or 3 in the morning on a usual year because everyone has to come in and buy their clothing for the Eid,
Correct.
And you see the Yemeni men, that's like a grandfather and a father and a grandchild are all wearing the same jambia and the same jacket. They all match. They look great. They're spiffed up for the holidays. People aren't doing that this year, so.
Well, we're encouraging the families to really take this seriously with their families, Get up in the morning like you would to come to the mosque.
Put on your holiday clothes.
Yeah, put your holiday clothes on. Do your prayers at home. Listen to the sermon via whatever YouTube or whatever live stream feed, and watch the 1 hour celebration on channel 20. Bring your kids out in the car and drive in. We're gonna have that in our.
You're gonna do that too. Okay, good,
yeah.
Good.
We're gonna have bags of goodies for the children. I missed if I missed anything in the mosque, I miss giving candies to the little children that used to come with their parents, and a gesture of encouragement. I became known as the candy man.
Wear your gloves. Maybe you can still do it on the Eid.
Maybe I can still do it on the
mask and your gloves.
Mask and gloves. Yeah, exactly. So we'll try to do that. We'll try to bring the spirit, regardless. We have to do what we have to do. The beauty about us human beings is we are innovative.
Yeah.
Seriously. We come up with crazy ideas, but sometimes crazy ideas result in good, great benefit to everybody.
Yeah, and I will say also that one thing I'm hearing, like I've talked to several like politicians and things like that, and they're like, this is the first time I've ever like broken the fast 5 days in a row with my family. Because they're so busy, they have to be out. And I'm sure the same is probably true for imams, where you have to be out in the public all the time. And this year, people get to spend the Eid with their families, and they're appreciating that. That's what I'm hearing.
Right. This is true. Unfortunately for me, yes, I'm breaking my fast with my family, which is something really good to be with the family. That's without a doubt. In the odd nights of the last 10 days of Ramadan, I'm breaking my fast here in the mosque because of the programs. There isn't enough time, if you know what I mean, to go home, break your fast, and come back for the nightly program on whatever YouTube, what have you. So we're missing a few days there. But what's sad is, what is going to be sad is I will not be able to be with my kids and grandchildren.
Your extended family.
My extended family. I think that's really sad. Yes, the technology is there. We'll use Zoom, we'll use FaceTime, we'll use whatever, but it's different when you have your little grandchildren, 1 year old, 2 year old, 4 year old, come to you and give you a hug, and they're waiting for the gift and the excitement. It's not the same. It's not.
They're in New York right now. Sorry. Yeah, I know. My daughter's in Seattle, so I can feel you. I can feel you on this very much. Well, so we've run out of time actually, but I cannot thank you enough for talking to me, and I can't thank you enough for this positive spirit that you have, this just wonderful attitude that you have about what we're all going through. I know that the mosque is probably suffering a little bit financially. People aren't, there's a lot of pressure when you're there in person to give.
Well, let me tell you before you go. I know you gotta go and have another interview, but now that you mentioned the finances, we did really surprisingly well because we held our fundraising a couple nights ago using the whatever live stream feeds we have, and we were able to collect a good chunk out of our goal. Our goal was like 130,000. We were able to get like 78,000, which is amazing, really, honestly. We could have done better if we had,
If you'd been
everybody
together, if you'd been together, yeah.
Right. And remember, the congregation that we used to have together in person, we used to have lots of people, obviously, particularly on the night of power, Laylatul Qadr. But now, because of so many programs out there, the community has shrunk. You know what I'm saying? So you're lucky to have like 100 people or 70 people. Or so with the amount of people we had to collect that much money, we were, blessed, and we thank all of our contributors, our community members, for their generosity, for supporting the masjid, even though they have not been coming for like a couple of months, but their heart and soul is still in the masjid, and they're still supporting whatever we need. And
their imam is still in the masjid too, which is part of what brings them. So,
yeah.
Well, I
Thank
wish
you,
you.
Sally.
Yeah. Well, I wish you a Ramadan Mubarak, and I look forward to seeing you very soon when this is over and we can shake hands, or at least shake elbows.
God willing, inshallah. We say inshallah.
Thank you very much.
Sally. You take care.
You too. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye-bye. Assalamu alaikum.